we have discussed adjustment, wherein we talked about what is adjustment. We have talked about the push and pull factors of adjustment. Today, we are going to talk about adjustment disorder. I have talked about how adjustment is important in a person's life because a well adjusted person is happier, and a well adjusted person is a person who is responsible, who is able to have better success in relationship, in his career. It is very important to be a well adjusted individual, and it is a very important value that one should have adjustment, because it is a process which goes on throughout an individual life. You have to make adjustment throughout your life. You have to make adjustment with your parents. If you are a parent, you have to make adjustment with your children. Adjustment has to be made with teachers, between teachers and students, between employees, employers, landlord, tenants, doctor, patient. So many adjustment has to be made throughout the life. So it is important to make adjustment, which is a very important value. And a well-adjusted person, I have talked about in the previous session, wherein I said a well-adjusted person is a person who is happier in life. Now, when we talk about adjustment, it is very important to talk about adjustment disorder. Why do people have what is called adjustment disorder? Why do people why people do not cannot have a well adjusted personality? So this is what we are going to discuss in today's session. What is this? What is adjustment disorder? What are the various characteristics of a maladjusted person, and so on and so forth? Before we talk about the characteristic of a person who is not well adjusted, or a person who is maladjusted a person, we will talk about what is adjustment disorder. An adjustment disorder is defined as an emotional or behavioral reaction to an identifiable stressful event or change in a person's life that is considered maladaptive, or somehow not an expected healthy response to the event or change. So when we talk about adjustment disorder, it is defined as an emotional or behavioral reaction to an it's a reaction. It is emotional, or it is a behavioral reaction, and this reaction is to an identifiable stressful event or change in a person's life. For example, the person may suddenly get sick, or the person may suddenly lost a very dear one. So this would be an adjustment disorder, would be defined as an emotional or behavioral reaction to these events. The person is suddenly diagnosed with terminal illness, or the individual relative has passed away. So there would be what is called an emotional reaction to this event, and the person will have what is called some kind of adjustment disorder because of these events. So this is what is called adjustment disorder. What are the characteristics of a maladjusted person? A person who is not well adjusted, a person who is maladjusted, would be withdrawn and timid. That is, frequent withdrawals from a different situation may make individual timid and weak in facing real life situations. So when a person is not well adjusted, then what happens is the person is withdrawn from the society. He would be a loner. He would not interact with other members of the society. He would be very timid. He would be very weak in facing real life situation. He would be withdrawn. He would be shy and self-conscious. Shyness is usually associated with the self-consciousness, concern with the impression one gives to other, and concern with their negative evaluation. So a shy individual has low self-esteem and tends to anticipate adversities thus often keeping silent and avoiding eye contact. So when a person is especially shy and self-conscious, that particular person would be a maladjusted person, because of being shy and being self-conscious, the person would have low self-esteem, and because the person has self-esteem and is very self-conscious, would not be confident in speaking his or her mind. And this particular shy and a timid person will anticipate adversity, would anticipate that certain situations would he would be facing certain situations. So before facing those situations, he would withdraw from facing those situations, would keep silent, and would avoid eye contact. So this is some of the characteristic of a maladjusted person: being withdrawn, with being timid, being shy, self-conscious, would also be very fearful. Fear is a strong emotion involving perception of danger, unpleasant agitation, and often a desire to hide from meeting individuals of higher classes, being alone in a room, fear of dogs, strange noises, the dark, etc. So a maladjusted is a person who is also very fearful in life, fearful in life in terms of uh, the fearful individual will avoid meeting people because he is fearful that he will not be able to meet their expectations. So he would rather withdraw, or he would choose to be a loner, would rather prefer to be alone in a room, and so on and so forth. He would basically avoid unpleasant agitation. So these are the characteristic of a maladjusted person, because these are characteristics which makes a person not able to adjust in the society. Being shy, timid, being fearful, being withdrawn, all these are characteristic of a maladjusted person. Anxiousness, anxiety is also another feature of a maladjusted person. It results from conflict, which is an inevitable part of life. Conflict in terms of, it could be inner conflict with yourself, it would be conflict with others. And anxiety describes the individual's level of emotionality. We see many students who are tense and worried, highly anxious because they have an exam coming up, or they have to meet a deadline for an assignment, or those who are cool, who are hardly anxious. Since anxiety is an inferred emotional state of an individual, it cannot be directly observed. It can be measured through psychological tests or techniques. So, anxiety is a personal trait. Anxiety, having too much anxiety, being too anxious about things, also leads to adjustment problem. So these are characteristics of a maladjusted person. We have delusion, also another characteristic of a maladjusted person. What is delusion? Delusion is an irrational and obstinate belief that the individual actively defends. Example: a child does not work hard for the final examination and thinks that it is the God, or it is the prayers, his prayers only who can get him through the examination, but he fails. This delusion in him shows that the child is maladjusted. So when we talk about delusion, delusion is something which is irrational, which is not practical. You believe in something which does not take place. You believe in something which is about to take place. You are delusion. You are irrational. So this is another feature of a maladjusted person. I talked about how a child who thinks that only prayers, or who thinks that if he prays to God, God will guide him through the examination and he will get through the examination, but he fails because he does not study for the exam. The very fact that he believes that only prayers will get him through the examination is him being delusional. Then being extremely aggressive is also another characteristic of a maladjusted person. When we talk about aggression, aggressive students show enterprising or energetic behavior or tendency to be dominating in the class or the school. Sometimes an individual fails to show the tendency of dominating in a social situation and hurt himself instead. A child may be extremely aggressive in terms of being too dominating in the class, bullying others, or at times the child is not able to show that aggressiveness, or is not able to show his or her behavior, is not able to put forward his or her behavior in a situation, but hurts himself or herself, that is would kick dog, or would destroy certain objects. So when we talk about aggression, being extremely aggressive is not good, because being too dominant, being bullying others, or hurting animals, or destroying objects is also another form of aggressive behavior, which shows that the person is maladjusted or is not well adjusted. Then another characteristic of a person who is not well adjusted, who is maladjusted, is tension. When a person does not feel a kind of inner freedom, the strain which results from muscular contradiction, and through which muscles are stretched under a threatening situation. So when we talk about tension means your muscle contradict, then what happens is there is a lot of strain in you. You do not feel inner freedom. You have an inner conflict. There's too much tension. This is another characteristic of a maladjusted person. Then another feature of a person who is maladjusted is when you have very high aspirations wherein you have too much of high hopes and aspiration, and when the hopes are not achieved, then he becomes very sad or depressed, because these goals he is not able to achieve his goals. He becomes unrealistic in life because he has too much of high hopes and aspiration for his future life, but he cannot fulfill these goals, and he cannot fulfill these aspiration. Then it leads to depression. It leads to what is called a low esteem. He is not able to meet his goals. He becomes unrealistic. He becomes he becomes a maladjusted person. Then another characteristic of a maladjusted individual is feeling of inferiority. A feeling of inferiority arising from the sense of imperfection and incompletion in a particular sphere of life, which motivates the individual to strive for a higher level of development, and as such are the cause of all improvement in life situation. Each time a new level of achievement is reached, inferiority feelings reappear, continuing to stimulate upward movement. So when we talk about feeling of inferiority, it is about a sense of imperfection that you have, a sense of incompletion that you have. For example, you are working in a particular department and you feel that you are inferior compared to your colleagues, because maybe you're not able to speak properly, you're not able to communicate properly. Maybe you are feeling inferior because of your economic situation, and so on and so forth. So if you have this feeling of inferiority complex, then you cannot be a well-adjusted person, because when your feelings of inferiority becomes exaggerated, it could be because of conditions at home, or it could be because of physical or mental disorders, then this inferiority complex develop further, which makes an individual maladjusted. So feeling inferior, feeling that you cannot achieve a goal compared to your other peer group, compared to your other colleagues in your office sphere, this feeling of inferiority would affect you, and it would make you a maladjusted individual. Then a person who is also emotionally disturbed would also be maladjusted, because a person who becomes emotionally disturbed would portray certain or would reflect certain features, like would cry all the time, would quarrel with people around him or her, and would be emotionally disturbed. This makes the individual become maladjusted. He or she is not able to adjust properly in life. Another characteristic of a maladjustment is especially in terms of being isolated. When you have this feeling of isolation, this feeling of isolation could be because you are not able to interact with other members of your class in your school, or when you feel that you are not able to interact with certain members of the society, or it can happen within families also, when families where parents are extremely busy and neglect their children, the children may develop a feeling of isolation or dejection, and this makes them maladjusted. So when we are talking about isolation may happen in the classroom, in the school, in the workplace, in the society, or within family as well, because there are certain families where both the parents are very busy with their work, they are not able to give time to the children or the child, and the child develops a feeling of isolation or dejection, and this child, because of such feeling of isolation, makes him or them maladjusted. Maladjusted children or maladjusted individual adults are also very sensitive. They get hurt very easily. Like, for example, if they are teased by teachers in the classroom or parents in the family, or sarcastic remarks by peer group, unwelcome advice by others, they become very sensitive. They become too sensitive. They get hurt very easily. So becoming ultra sensitive is also another characteristic of a maladjusted person, because at times there are certain situations wherein you have to be thick-skinned. If you are too sensitive, if you are hurt easily, then you would not be able to face real life situations. You would become timid, you would become shy, you would become fearful. So at times it is very important to be thick-skinned. You should not be hurt easily. You should if you're too sensitive, you will be withdrawn and isolated. Then another feature of maladjustment is a person or an individual having bad tempered, a sudden outburst, temper tantrum. Then you feel that the other person is being unreasonable because that person has very bad temper, is not able to control his emotions, is emotionally unstable. There is this sudden outburst. So all this is also another characteristic of a maladjusted individual or a person. So there are various characteristics of a maladjusted person. You have the person being shy, timid, withdrawn, feeling isolated, being too sensitive, throwing tantrums, and so on and so forth. These are characteristic of maladjustment, or which defines a maladjusted individual. Then let us talk about maladjustment in adolescence. When we talk about maladjustment in adolescence, these are not just pertaining to adolescence. These adjustment may also be this adjustment may also take place in matured individual. Also, why do maladjustment takes place? What are the causes of maladjustment? You have what is called social causes. Children coming from homes that have been broken due to death, divorce, desertion by the parents or mother, separation of their parents are often maladjusted in the behavior. Children have drunkard parents. There is strained relation between the parents. There is often quarrels and fights between spouses. You feel that a lot of children becomes frustrated. Such children feel insecure and they become maladjusted. So these are some of the social causes wherein the child or the adolescent becomes maladjusted, maladjusted, or have what is called adjustment disorder, because there are certain social causes, social problems at home, maybe because of the death of the parents, or the parent because of the divorce of the parents, separation or desertion by the parents or either of the parent. Then you have economic causes. The occupational status of the parents, in terms of the parents may earn very less, the parents may be unemployed, there would be poverty. The low economic status would breed what is called maladjustment among children. Under such circumstances, parents are unable to satisfy the needs of the children, which if eventually leads to frustration, aggression and hostile behavior in growing children. So economic causes is causes like unemployment, poverty, having less income. All these would lead to what is called frustration and aggression and hostile behavior in adolescence. Then we have what is called psychological causes. Psychological causes in terms of the parents are overpossessive, the parents are highly authoritative, unrealistic in their expectations, incompatible, abusive, prejudice. This will have what is called disastrous effect upon the children. So these are psychological causes which tend to lead to maladjustment in children. When the psychological needs are not met, children gets frustrated and develop problems like nail biting. They lack self-confidence. There are certain problems wherein the parents are abusive. They humiliate their children before others. So these are some of the psychological causes which leads to children being isolated. They may in future become deviant, that is, they may not follow the rules of the society. They may become social deviants in the later part of their life. So these are the psychological causes which makes a child and adolescent become what is called maladjusted. Then there are certain causes which are personal. For example, an individual who is physically, mentally, and visually handicapped reacts abnormally to the situation. Even children with partial deficiencies such as defective eyesight, poor hearing, impaired speech may find it difficult to adjust under normal conditions. When they cannot score well academically compared to their peers, they develop an inferiority complex. And because of all these causes, because personally they may have problem with regard to their physical well-being, because they are not visually not able to see properly. All these are also causes which leads to maladjustment in adolescence. Then Maladjustment may also be because of the imbalanced personality in the teacher. That is, the teacher is unfair, biased, or not involved with the students. It will affect the mental health of the children. The children may not be able to progress academically well. And maladjustment may be because of peer group related causes, which means that child will not have a healthy relationship with the peer group, because the peer group would make the child learn bad habits. Because during adolescents take a lot of or they reflect a lot of habits which they learn from the peer group. So if they do not grow up with good peer relationship, if they do not grow up with peer group which is healthy, they may reflect bad habits in a later part of their life. They would become adjusted, they would become deviant. So there are peer group related causes which leads a person to be maladjusted. Another factor of peer related causes would be in a peer group or in a particular school, a particular group of students may be very good looking, would have tremendous athletic abilities, would come from a very good economic background, would have would be very good in the academic performance, would have special talents like the child would sing very well, would dance very well. But if the students, or if a particular student lack these qualities, then the student would feel frustrated and maladjusted. So this is also what is called peer related causes of maladjustment. What are the remedies for these adjustment disorder? We have talked about causes in terms of peer related causes. We have talked about maladjustment, which is because of teacher related causes, then personal causes, then psychological causes, social causes, and economic causes. What are the remedies for adjustment disorder? We have what is called psychotherapy, which is also called counseling or talk therapy. You talk to a maladjusted individual, you counsel that person, you talk to the person. This is called psychotherapy. Then we have what is called another remedy for adjustment disorder is called crisis intervention. That means an immediate short-term counseling to stop a critical emotional incident. It could be a person just attempted suicide, or because a person just overdosed because of drug. So you have an immediate short-term counseling with the person who had attempted suicide. Then you have what is called family or group therapies. You, as a family member, you have therapy with the concerned member who is maladjusted. So you have therapy as a family, as a group of family members, or you have a support group. For example, a person who is a drug user or a person who is alcoholic would have a support group comprising of members who are also alcoholic or who have abused drug. So you have a support group with whom you would be able to identify, because they are also going through this process of trying to come out of their alcoholism or trying to come out of their drug habits. So you have a support group. These are remedies for adjustment disorder. So dear learners, in today's class I have talked about the features which defines a maladjusted individual and also the remedies of maladjustment. I hope you have enjoyed this class.